Hey there, fans of brotherly love wrestling. It is I, Vic Delicious.
Philly's own, the Mecca here.
It is the real McCoy, J.D.X. Justin D. Xavier. And
it's your man, CD, the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels.
Hello, boys and girls. This is your old friend RJ City.
Hey there, brotherly love wrestling. Bill Carr here.
Hey everyone, this is two-time guest Wheeler Yuta.
Two bozos from Philadelphia flapping their gums about pro wrestling this, pro wrestling that.
Which is not that unique in the grand scheme of things yet.
You are in for a treat because you're tuned in to Brotherly Love Wrestling.
Philadelphia, are you ready?
No! They said, are you ready?
This is Brotherly Love Wrestling Podcast, your first stop for everything professional wrestling. So sit back and enjoy wrestling talk at its finest with your hosts, Larry Hall and Joe Corrado.
Welcome, everybody, to Brotherly Love Wrestling.
I'm in studio, bitches.
It's been a while since we've actually been in studio together.
Very bright in here.
It is bright.
God.
But, I mean, we look our best in this kind of light.
Do we?
Well, maybe not. I mean, good thing you're saying 4K. That's.
Can someone watch it in 4K, though, or does it matter? Like, I don't understand that world. Like, if you watch it in 4K, do you still get it in 4K? Like, just because we didn't record in 4K?
No, I'm pretty sure you have to have, like, a 4K camera.
We're like 1K. Maybe half a K. We might not even be in the cage. We might be in the L's.
Anyway.
Undecided.
So we got a lot of wrestling to talk. Leading up to Money in the Bank, which is...
A bank of money. Next question.
No.
Gotcha.
A pay-per-view this Saturday for the WWE. I think squeaks in there is the 5th, the 1 to 4, maybe 4A in the WWE pay-per-view list. Am I
the Big Five?
Yeah, am I overstepping?
I like Money in the Bank better than SummerSlam and Survivor Series.
I like Money in the Bank better than SummerSlam. I don't know if I can put it over Survivor Series.
Survivor Series is well now that
with War Games back. Exactly.
A little different. All right, yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
SummerSlam needs to get the gimmick match that they used to have. They needed to do the chamber. Do the Elimination Chamber at SummerSlam.
Did they do that at SummerSlam?
I'm pretty sure they did.
Really?
Eggy, fact check me. Get back to me on that one. He's my fact bitch.
I'm sure you're going to get a message from.
No, he will
on Instagram. Absolutely.
Yeah, he'll message me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. It was. I think SummerSlam was the one where they trapped Goldberg. Triple H just beat the living shit out of him. Pretty sure that was SummerSlam.
You mean Survivor Series?
No, SummerSlam.
In the chamber?
Yeah.
You said Survivor Series.
No, SummerSlam.
Oh, okay.
SummerSlam had the chamber.
Okay.
Survivor Series now has War Games.
Which is exponentially better.
Absolutely. Better than what they were doing. Although, the NXT Survivor Series was really good.
When they had War Games for a while, NXT, really did.
No, I mean the NXT.
Oh, that year, the NXT.
When it was brand versus brand versus brand.
Yeah,
that was a really good Survivor Series. I liked that one. Even though there was like no real implications, it kind of.
I think that's where it kind of started turning the corner. Because I think everyone after that started to get better and easier to watch. If you go back, I mean, before that.
It was all who was running programming.
Yeah. But I'm glad you said about War Games.
War Games, really?
Yeah, because it kind of. I still want to talk storyline.
We'll talk to Tori Wilson after this. After this commercial break, Tori Wilson will be on with us.
Because one of the probably things that had me the most glued to my TV in a long time was what happened last Friday night on SmackDown. And this was the promo.
That was the solo.
Yes. Yeah.
Gotcha.
The promo where leading up, we thought that it was the coronation of Paul Heyman being his wise man. And he told Heyman that Fatu wasn't even in the building. And then he brings Fatu out. And Heyman's facials are what make the bloodline. But this especially.
Well, he's got the cheek shake.
Yeah.
He's got that.
Yeah.
It was like Paul Bearer.
Well, I was going to say Paul Bearer, exactly.
Yeah.
But
It's
when
a Paul thing.
when Solo,
Triple H better watch the fuck out, man. He's gonna be fucking fat facing.
when Solo pulled out that necklace and told him to acknowledge him as a tribal chief and give it to him, I turned into complete Mark fan. I'm on the edge of the couch.
That should be your new name, Mark Fan. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Joe Corrado, and this is Mark Fan. Would you spell it Phan?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Being from Philadelphia, you'd have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or that's more of an Asian thing.
It is.
Yeah.
Still. It still works.
Interesting.
But when he said, "You are not my tribal chief," I almost jumped like the Phillies hit a home run. Like, jumped up out of my chair. I was so happy.
You knew it was going to happen after that.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
That was gonna go
but
like a fart
the whole
in church.
time as they're beating him up, I'm like, "Come on, Roman now, please, being Roman." Which everyone in the crowd was doing the same thing.
That's one way to turn Roman good.
Absolutely. But we didn't get it, and looking back, I'm glad we didn't get it. I think
Anticipation.
Exactly. It's going to be one of the biggest pops we ever hear when Roman
You're
comes
gonna
back.
get you're gonna get a moment out of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So hold off. And then after that, you're probably gonna get a Rock moment at some point. Maybe not near future, but
Yeah, so I did see them talking, like a little bit of rumor talk about what's going to lead to.
remember we did that segment? Rumors?
Yes.
I love that. That was a good segment.
Rumors was a great segment.
That was a great
That's a
segment.
deep
That
cut
was a-
for those
that
who
was a-
watched us in
That
the
was
beginning.
a staple.
Yeah.
Rumors was great.
Rumor was great. But it does, from what the rumor mill is saying, they're saying Zilla is going to come in.
I don't even know who that is.
So Zilla, I don't want to. He's not
Godzilla?
He's not a Fatu.
He's not a Fatu?
Oh wait, yes, he is a
Is he
Fatu.
a
I'm sorry.
Fa3?
So this is Zilla Fatu.
Okay.
He's Umaga's son.
Okay.
So he is the other. And right now, it
Maybe
looks
we
like
put a picture up for everyone when you show me.
I can do that.
Post credit.
I could do that. Yes.
Post credit picture.
Yeah. So yeah, and he is probably the last missing link to this story. So it looks like.
I mean, the way that they're just throwing the Samoans in there and they're just like fitting in, and every single one of them that is there means something, because this storyline, Jesus, this storyline, just how. I'm at the point of where it's just like how did they do this?
And keep it just
This
and
is
keep
like-
it as fresh as it was from day one.
I think it's safe to say now, without any argument from any side, this is the storyline of like the
It's
greatest storyline of
ever.
of all wrestling.
Ever.
Of all wrestling. I don't know, man. It's
That's
just,
still that's a lofty thing to
it's
say
high
about
praise, but it's so long and it's taken so many. There's been so many chapters of this. This is a fucking story.
The documentary years down the line that can be made of this entire story is going to be
You gotta
phenomenal.
pull all these people together too. You're gonna have The Rock heading it up. I mean, his production company. I mean, this is gonna be. I don't know, man. This is tough. I don't like off the top of my head. I don't know what storyline
And it
even could have been drug out this long.
and because
the longevity makes it great.
it's going to be better. Like it's
It's
going
not
to get
over.
better.
Yeah,
Exactly.
dude.
That's the thing.
There's been payoff after payoff, and you're like, all right, well, that's it. And then you're like, no, maybe not.
Yeah.
Just right away, you're like, yeah, maybe not. Maybe that's not it.
Exactly.
And then it cooled off for like a hot second,
It
like
did.
a real hot second, and then like now we're here.
I would say from when Jimmy stopped Jay,
Mm-hmm.
from that point till
It hit a lull.
probably when The Rock started making his comeback. Like that little bit of time, and like main event Jey Uso happened, and they kind of split up, and you had Jimmy being the only one with the bloodline with him, Solo, and Reigns. Like it was okay. It wasn't to the level of the beginning or to the level of now, but it was just there. I mean, it was just
It was there.
another
but
story,
we-
but-
honestly, we didn't know. We thought that was it. We're
We
like,
did.
What are they gonna do? Rock comes back. You're like, okay.
yeah, which
Just
elevated
got a
it.
lot.
But then
got a lot.
once Roman was beat, admittedly, we said on the show, this probably is it.
Nope.
And we were completely wrong.
This is
Completely wrong.
This is it. Not only that, but it's getting newer.
Yes. Yeah.
There's new people. Now it's fresh again.
Yeah.
Fucking bloodline, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean,
It's
look,
crazy. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say greatest storyline, greatest angle, longevity, interest. They're all at top notches. If I'm just going off of stats, numbers, greatest of all time.
Yeah, I can't argue.
I can't think of another one that would have been able to hold this much interest and longevity. Like, who the hell?
That's the biggest thing you're saying is longevity, because
Dude,
like
there's no
you have the
way.
superpowers.
I know there's a lot of people that have been involved in this, but that just makes it even greater.
You have stories like the superpowers, which is a great, great story. You know what I mean? With the jealousy of Miss Elizabeth and all that, like that's a great story. You know what I mean?
It's a classic.
It's a classic. So
It
but it doesn't have, it doesn't have the
quick.
longevity.
That was it.
A lot of the great stories that we may like, the only thing that comes close and is probably 1A is Austin McMahon. Austin McMahon is up there.
Yeah.
That's the one who's probably fighting with.
Took a lot of turns.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I feel like this one did more for more people. Austin McMahon was Austin McMahon. I mean, you got to figure you got Sami Zayn, crazy over, Jey Uso crazy over. Reigns hit a completely different level that everybody was get off my TV, me. And now he's like one of the most talked. He's got Jordans, for God's sake.
Those things are badass.
Yeah, I
They're
mean,
badass. I heard they pulled them though.
Maybe. I mean, I don't follow that much, but I mean, you got to look at just everybody that it
Well, look,
elevated.
Solo. It elevated Solo because he looks like a badass. Cody, of course.
Cody. I mean, just the list goes on and on and on. How many people? I mean, there was a part in time when Kevin Owens was the one that we thought and did beat Roman Reigns, but there was a lot of people linked to this.
There was
this guy, to this storyline, to this bloodline. I mean, there's a lot. Like the infancy stage, like to now.
Yeah.
My God.
From when he is sitting,
it wrapped like all of WWE got almost intermingled with this bloodline.
It's Roman sitting on that couch and looking over, and Paul Heyman sitting next to him.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you started. And from that point on, which I believe was August of 2020, if I remember correctly, it's August of 2020 on SmackDown. All the way now, we are in August of 2024 coming up for this year's SummerSlam.
There is not one that's been great.
And there's 4 straight years of just one of the, like you said, the greatest storyline of all time.
This storyline has a better run than WCW in its prime. And that's coming from me. Dude.
You're right. You're right. Yeah, I can't argue. Absolutely. I can't argue that.
You go 96 to 98, right? It's 2 years. The bloodline has surpassed
SummerSlam will be 4.
Yeah, WCW's best years couldn't even fucking touch the fucking bloodline. God, that's depressing. Depressing.
Did you see any of those episodes, by the way?
No, I haven't, but they're on YouTube, so I can watch them.
Okay. It was just, I was wondering. I did watch the last episode, and one part I did enjoy is the dude Brad Siegel, who was one of the head of it. Kevin Nash is watching it, like sort of like how they did with Jordan's Last Dance.
Oh, yeah.
Watch the iPad and see what the other guys were saying. And he was like, "Who killed WCW?" And he holds up the iPad, and Brad Siegel's sitting on there. He was like, "This is the guy that killed WCW."
Brad Siegel,
which I agree. Like watching all 4, and I can't wait till you watch it.
Kevin Nash said that.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. I can't wait till you watch it to see what your opinion is. Like a lot of people were saying Bischoff, and I understand that why, but I agree with Kevin Nash.
Easiest person to point at is
exactly.
Bischoff.
But a little side note to that is I always hated Bret Hart because he was going up against Shawn Michaels, but he was a great wrestler. Couldn't deny that. I can't stand listening to Bret Hart talk. It's just, he is the most miserable motherfucker I've ever heard talk. Now, I get that Goldberg fucked him up.
Yeah,
and Goldberg was wrong. I get that.
He hates Goldberg.
Well, yeah, and you see, of course,
he hates Goldberg.
he brings that up. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Which he should.
Anytime he gets a camera in front of him, he's burying Bill Goldberg. You know this. It could have nothing to do with Goldberg.
Oh, and he'll bring him up.
He's finding a way to bury Bill Goldberg.
He's just so miserable about fucking everything.
The thing is that
everything he's miserable about. I've seen interviews now with it. I've seen him on this. He's fucking miserable. And he says like he's so much happier in life. Where?
He is happier in life. Like his life outside of wrestling.
Oh my God.
Well, wrestling took a lot from him. I would be pretty fucking pissed too. I mean, wrestling took your brother, took some fucking schmuck that used to play football, took your career. You've lost every person in your family.
All right, losing every person in your family is not wrestling's fault.
No, but
I'll
I mean,
give you
like,
Owen,
there's
obviously.
still memories. I mean, and he hates the fucking products.
He hates
the products.
I mean, he fucking hates wrestling.
He does.
He talks so
He's like
much
me.
about wrestling.
That's why I love Bret Hart.
Yeah, but like you like the good stuff that's happening in wrestling. He still shits on all of that too.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
He is bitter old man.
Yeah,
but
I've never seen someone so fucking bitter. Like,
I mean, he likes Punk.
That's because Punk puts him over any chance he gets. Same thing with Dax and Cash. Like, of course he likes those guys. They put him over all the time.
Yeah, well,
but
you gotta stick with your own kind.
We got pretty far away from where we were. But so, like
that
you said,
is usually spot on for the show.
Absolutely, par for the course. I do want to talk about Wyatt 6. Did you see the promo and the interaction this week on Monday Night Raw?
I missed it.
So you had Gable in the ring talking with Jey Uso, kind of hyping up the Money in the Bank match coming up, and the lights start to shut off.
Poor Chad Gable.
Chad Gable gets out of the ring.
Yeah, he's done for.
Jumps the guardrail, and
he's out.
You know that something's going to happen. So he gets to, if you're looking at the Tron, he gets to the left, right, like by the hard cam side.
Gotcha.
And he's going all the way up. And then all of a sudden, a white beam of light comes out, and Gacy silhouette is standing there. So they keeps walking, entranceway.
Yeah,
then it's else. Rowan standing there. Gets to the other side. Guess it would be Dexter Lumis standing there. Then he just runs up through the crowd, and it stops. And then they go back to ringside to where, of course, these soft ass security guards are laid out on the fucking announce table again, and Corey Graves and Michael Cole are standing there, and Nikki Cross is holding another box and hands it to Michael Cole. And then it goes to commercial. Come back, pulls out a VHS just like he did last week, gives it to the production truck and says, "We're going to play this." So probably about half hour, 40 minutes of the show go back, and then they play it. And this time, they kind of return to where they left off last week of Bo talking to Howdy.
Mm-hmm.
But the conclusion of it is them all of a sudden starting to say the exact same lines. And I can't remember word for word what it was. It was like, "There you are." Like, he's finally, we're going to save them. And
Who said that?
They both said at the same time, "There you are." And then all of a sudden, Howdy disappears. And it's just Bo sitting there. And then all of a sudden, Bo disappears and Howdy reappears by himself. And the dark door that was behind them, now you can start to see it looks like the Funhouse.
All right.
So it looks like Bo has now, I guess, accepted that he is, I think he said the Reckoning. He is the Reckoning, is one of the lines he says. "I am the Reckoning." So he's starting to now hold on to Howdy and start to accept it. So it's just another step in doing this and moving it forward. No physicality at all. Just all this build.
Mind games.
Yes, exactly. Very well done again, of course. I think this is going to be the very, very slow burn.
To what? We don't know.
Exactly. But they did say
it's interesting enough to at least keep people guessing, like, all right, where are we going?
So they did say one line, which a lot of people are jumping on, and why they're going after Gable. But I think, and I agree with this rumor I saw, and I can't credit the person because I can't remember who tweeted it out. But it's not me. I'm not going to take credit for it.
Sure. We're going to give you credit.
In the promo, they say they left their family to look out for themselves. And everyone's saying, "Well, Chad Gable, he downgraded Alpha Academy just so he could try and become Intercontinental Champion." But this person says, no, this is going to be a swerve. They're going to go after Jey Uso. He left his family to become main event Jey Uso. And they're going to screw Jey Uso, and that's going to be the first feud. And he's not going to win Money in the Bank because everyone's going to think the lights are going to go off. They're going to go after Chad. Yet they have Chad winning the Money in the Bank because they're going to go after Jey instead.
I think Chad Gable will win Money in the Bank.
Personally, no. But
who else is in it? All right, yeah.
But with what they're saying, this is all leading to, which I'm cool with that.
You think Chad Gable's going to win?
I'm cool with Jey Uso being the first. Yes, being the first. Although I'm on record last week as saying I think this is Jey Uso's year, and I think he's going to win Money in the Bank.
There was someone else in there that I thought maybe could have done it.
Who's going to Money in the Bank?
Who else is in there?
I'll tell you right now. So in the Money in the Bank, it's Uso, Carmelo Hayes, Andrade, Gable, Knight, and McIntyre.
I wouldn't mind seeing LA Knight win.
I kind of think it's going to be McIntyre. If it's not Jey Uso, I have a strong feeling it's Jey Uso. But if this whole scenario that this person tossed out, which I absolutely love because I'm intrigued by it, if not Jay, then I feel like it's probably going to be Drew.
Man, I'm not okay with that.
You would rather it be LA Knight?
Absolutely.
Okay. Out of all of them, would LA Knight be like your one?
Kinda.
Do you think if this Wyatt thing doesn't happen, they just go straight up and they don't start yet? Do you think Jay wins? I think the likelihood of Jay winning is pretty high.
The highest?
Think? I think he has the best odds.
And who's he cashing in on?
I think Jay would cash in on Priest.
So what is it? July?
July. Huh. August is beginning of August is
and this is me. This is me just coming. You know how I like to
just all of a sudden fantasy book into your head.
What did we think at one point was going to be the end all be all of the bloodline?
Roman and Jay.
What if Jay cashes in or Jay wins?
Mm-hmm.
Rock beats Cody. Roman beats Rock.
This is really long-term booking. If the way you're
they've already been long-term booking.
Well, I know. This is. I mean, what you're
Jay
saying is
cashes in on Roman at WrestleMania. How crazy would that be?
I see what you're saying, and it would take a lot because.
Would it though?
Yeah, because you
already have built-in storylines. You have Rock.
I'm not saying it's not
Rock
possible.
Cody.
I get what you're saying and where you're
with
going
this
with
receipt.
it. But if you're having the Bloodline versus Bloodline match at Survivor Series in War Games, now they're all together as a family again, and then you're going to have Jay eventually turn on Roman again.
What if Jay's not a part of it?
How could you not be? It's gonna have to be. It's gonna have to be the Usos, Roman, and Zilla against Fatu, Solo, and Guerrillas of Destiny. I'm going to keep calling them that, by the way.
That's fine. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
And the majority of people know who you're talking about.
Yeah, most likely.
I think everyone's okay with that.
Okay.
It's not one of those things you had to announce.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead, but
I mean, look.
Maybe Jay stays Jay.
Maybe he does. You might be right.
It would be a cool thing to see. Jay Uso.
I feel like the likelihood...
It's probably slim to none.
Yeah, I was going to say that. But I mean, look.
But it would be cool.
It is a cool idea. I like that idea. We could...
And that's officially the end. That is it. That's all she wrote on the Bloodline's done after that.
So we think.
Or you could have Jay. Well, that just adds to the storyline.
Yeah.
If Jay is the briefcase holder in this whole scenario of War Games, where he could cash in and Roman could stop him if he's going to cash in on The Rock. Say The Rock's champion by this point.
Which sickens me if The Rock gets the fucking title again.
It could happen, man. But
although I love the final boss.
I think this time is different than the Punk Cena triangle.
Yeah, I get what you're
There is a
little bit different.
I feel like there's a greater end.
Yeah. Also, other Money in the Bank.
I also trust this booking
absolutely.
more than
100%.
anything that I've trusted ever.
Yeah, 100%.
Wrestling.
We have the women's Money in the Bank. We got Io Sky, Chelsea Green, Lyra Valkyria, Tiffany Stratton, Naomi, and Zoe Stark. Feel like this is Tiffany's box to lose.
Yeah,
This is hers.
This is what we said last time, right? What was the last one that we thought Tiffany was going to win? Was that a battle royal?
Was it the Rumble? Oh, with the Battle Royal for the title. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like Tiffany's the other one.
They're still fucking all in on her.
I think so. Yeah. Got Damian Priest, Seth Rollins. We went over the
we went over
stipulation for that. I'm obviously
You're still leaning towards Seth.
Actually, after we had that conversation, I'm more on
leaning more towards
Priest.
I don't think he's losing it yet.
Yeah.
I don't think he's done enough to justify him losing it.
I agree.
He hasn't been he really hasn't been in any fucking good storylines or angles. I think they have to actually fucking wet his beak before they pull the fucking title. It's not his fault. They have nothing for him.
I don't think they have nothing for him. I think this whole Judgment Day story that he's wrapped into.
You got you're gonna. I mean, I know you think Jay's gonna win it, but I think Drew's gonna win it. I think he's gonna be put back into this picture. I think this is the way that. I mean, Drew's character lends more towards having the briefcase than anybody else at this point, and Punk can continue to fuck with him every time.
That's why I don't think Drew's winning.
No, I think he is winning, and I think Punk is going to cost him every time he goes to cash in.
I think Punk, because I think
you think Punk caused
that beatdown.
You think Punk?
I think Punk is cleared by the time, like in enough time to where he needed only another couple weeks.
SummerSlam.
He only needs a couple more weeks.
SummerSlam?
I do.
I
think
I think that could be it.
I think he screws him Saturday night.
I'm telling you,
and
man.
Jay, I still think Jay's winning.
I would not mind because I think personality-wise, I think LA Knight would be the best to have that briefcase.
He's really cooled down. I mean, not that he's not over because fans still love him.
Yeah, but you get the briefcase on him, that's a resurgence right there.
Yeah. But I still don't see it happening.
No, I mean, but you never know. They could shock the world. How about this side note, but still related? AJ Styles wrestling in Noah.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
that's crazy.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's another like. Well, here you go. Like fucking Triple H is just like, you know what? We're gonna do things a little differently.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you guys wrestle fucking in Japan.
I don't know if you saw that there was finally a WWE contracted wrestler showing up on TNA. Did you see it?
No, but I saw that Dijak is scheduled.
Yeah.
He's going to be
on Americana.
Yeah.
For Beyond.
Yeah, but he's still with the company, right?
No, his contract was up.
Oh, really?
He's done. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, he's a free agent as of the 28th of June. He was done.
That sucks.
He put
he just finally started to hit with his character and all that shit. And
yeah, well, apparently he put out a whole release and said that they weren't going to renew his contract and they really couldn't. And he was like, that's fine. Like he appreciated everything they did for him, but he felt like he could have gotten more. And now he's going to bet on himself. And he's already at Americana. Do you remember who he's facing?
No,
by any chance?
I don't know if it said it.
I
know they just announced him.
Okay, yeah.
And he took a shot at Cody.
Did he?
Not like a cheap shot. He's fucking just breaking.
Oh, okay.
Because of fucking Americana symbol.
You know who it is? That's why I knew who. That's why I remembered it. He's
Is it Max Caster? Is it AEW versus WWE?
No, it's not. Is a former guest of our show.
Oh, hold on.
I don't know if you're gonna guess. I don't know if you're gonna guess it.
Is it Silver?
No, it's not Silver.
It's not Silver.
Thinking too big.
I'm thinking Deppen.
No.
Thinking too small now, or am I in that ballpark?
You're in that ball. He might be a little lower than Deppen. This is not a knock.
Not a knock.
This isn't a knock on him.
Dijak.
As far as a known name in the independents, I don't know how many regular fans would know him. We know him because we've had him on the show, but only once. Only once.
So
probably
takes out Yuta.
Yeah, takes out Yuta. Probably in the late hundreds, early 200s.
So this is a while ago. This is when we were shot in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a female?
No.
All right.
What?
No. Never know.
I mean, it is Beyond, so they could do it. I get that. Yeah. I don't think you're going to guess it.
You don't think I'm going to guess it?
I almost guarantee you're not going to guess it.
Do I even remember that we had them on the show?
When I say his name, you will.
All right, go ahead. God damn it.
Aaron Rourke.
Yep, I remember.
Because
Good interview.
Yeah, it was a good interview, and we were suggested to him, or he was suggested to us
Through MJF.
Through MJF. We tried to get MJF on the show, and
he
MJF
said,
direct messaged us and said that he didn't have time, but if we wouldn't mind, I have this guy who is I trained under me, and he could really use it.
That was cool.
Yeah.
That was one of those things you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't exactly him, if it was just someone who controls his account or whatever.
Yeah, because it was his verified account. It's not like it was something.
It was
fake
pretty
person.
cool. I do remember that.
Yeah.
Interesting. We've done. There's so many weird fucking things doing this show.
I know. Yeah.
They're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
How? Tony Atlas was one. That was one of those like, what the fuck? How? More than we had to finagle, so that was different. I liked fucking talking to Robert Gibson at the fucking the
we saw them at the con. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had better stuff.
He did. Oh, I mean, look.
We can still get him on. Do we still got the number?
I think I have Robert Gibson's number in my phone.
Yes, you should text that.
Which
number.
is just bananas that I just said that phrase. Yeah. That I have Robert Gibson's phone number in my phone.
Yep.
It's pretty crazy.
Yep.
But anyway, the person that showed up in TNA wrestling, the first WWE contracted, is Charlie Dempsey, Regal's son.
Oh, yeah.
And now it's going to be Charlie Dempsey versus Zachary Wentz. Former
Zachary Wentz,
yes,
back in TNA.
Oh, yeah, you didn't know that?
A while.
Yeah.
So they have two.
The Rascals are back. They are the Rascals too, by the way.
Yeah, 2/3 of them.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Wesley
is.
Yeah,
that would have been even more interesting.
It would have. That would have been the better call, honestly, for
that
entry.
Even,
but
that would have been.
Something. But Dempsey's fucking.
Doesn't
phenomenal.
Dempsey have a group? Doesn't he have a group of them?
Dempsey is with Gulak's former group that Gulak started.
It's the they're all catch wrestling, right?
Yes.
What if they all come out and then you get a Rascals reunion, all three of them? And Wesley comes out to save. Jesus Christ!
Sorry. I was looking for the group name and I hit a link instead of hitting.
Can't be fucking trusted with this.
Hitting the highlight. Jesus. That's my fault. I'm sorry.
Come on, man. It's a rookie fucking move.
But yeah, so I thought that was like, it wasn't a big name, but it was still an NXT name. Like you said, you thought it'd be better for NXT to kind of go up against TNA.
I think that this is a partnership that actually works for fucking TNA and isn't just burying them.
Yeah.
To fucking
agreed.
To comb the fucking ego of a fucking loser.
True.
Who's just touting a toy.
True. Yeah. I get
this
that.
Is actually this seems like I don't know if it's a partnership or whatever, but it's a lot better.
Yeah. A lot more intrigue.
There's a lot more. Not only that, but you're working with TNA working with NXT makes more sense than fucking Kenny Omega just burying the fucking
Rich Swann.
burying the whole fucking roster.
Yeah.
Did he come back yet?
Omega is not back yet, no.
What a loser. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I take that back.
So we'll go back to Money in the Bank. I think the one of the probably the most underrated match on the card is the Intercontinental title match. Sami Zayn, Braun Baker. I think that's going to be
a slobber knocker. Might be. That might have.
That
might have slobber
the least.
knocker.
Sure. Yeah. With his speed and power, Breaker, and I mean the veteran Sami Zayn is going to be.
Man. I think Sammy's toast.
Do you think it's going to be quick?
No. I don't know if it's going to be quick, but I have a feeling he's going for that haluva kick, and he's not kicking him.
No.
I think he's going to get fucking speared through the fucking ring.
Do you think Braun Breaker wins the IC title?
I think Braun Breaker is going to be one of those sink or swim, rocket strap. Let's fucking do it. He's got the look. He's got the energy. He's fucking wild. He's a fucking second generation.
I would be okay with that. I love Braun Breaker.
I mean, if they do this with him, he could already surpass and become the most successful Steiner. I think he's got
successful Steiner.
I think he's got potential. I think he's got potential in this day and age. Reading a good book on the newspaper page. As a there, you want to talk about a
Deep
fucking,
cut?
Yeah, we talk about deep cut or fucking just random. I was watching clips the other day of Grandmama and Urkel when they were doing the basketball tournament.
Yeah.
So fucking good, so good. Literally just sat there like right before work. I was like, this makes me happy. I don't want to go to work. I'll watch Grandmama and Urkel fucking tear it up on the courts in Chicago.
Final match, going to be Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, Kevin Owens versus the Bloodline, Solo, Tama, and Tongaloa. So,
I mean,
tag.
And this is my rule of thumb when these things happen, I always pick the established faction over the throw together. Always.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Cody, by no stretch of the imagination, should be taking a pin, but I think that's why you have two other people there as well. It's probably going to be KO. I mean, sorry, but I think
right.
KO's there to take the fucking pin.
You're right.
It's either KO or Orton.
I'll tell you what, someone posted a picture side by side of Fatu and Kevin Owens next to each other. And they said, when this match happens, it's going to be amazing. And I couldn't agree more.
Oh, Jacob
Their
Fatu.
styles. Yeah, Jacob Fatu.
That
Kevin Owens.
going to be a slobber knocker.
Oh, my God. Oh, I just, please book that. Please book it sometime.
I mean, they could. I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
They both work in the same fucking company.
Well, yeah, I cannot wait. I don't want
it to be like a street fight either, though. I want it to be just a regular match.
I agree.
Just be a match.
Yeah, don't have to be a gimmick match.
It could be like one of those like fucking instant classics that you see on Raw. That just catch like fucking fire and then they run it into the ground.
Yeah, absolutely. Those two. Yeah, take my money. I want.
Kevin Owens could have a lot of fight forever though matches. He could.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's kind of what he's built for.
So actually, which kind of took me by surprise until last night when I found it out. I knew it was coming up. I just didn't know same weekend is Sunday night is NXT Heatwave. We have another pay-per-view.
So they're running Money in the Bank and then Heat. That's an interesting choice.
And then NXT Heatwave is Sunday night, both in Toronto. So Toronto's getting Friday night.
Do you think Edge shows up?
No.
Why, is he doing something else?
I think he's a little busy.
Oh, okay.
A little busy.
Bonus day.
But I mean, look, I looked at some of the matches. I watched NXT last night, and they started out with a street fight, and they had
I'm kind of over street fights.
Believe me, I agree. That gimmick is run out for me. But
Mishin, street fights they're played out,
man. And Jada Parker absolutely tore the fucking house down, and they made it legitimate.
Better than it should have been.
Better than anyone expected, even though both of them are very good. I love Jada Parker because they call her Miss Parker, like from Friday. So every time Booker says it, in my head, I think of Friday.
Booker.
Like it was so fucking good. The girls tore it up and made me more excited.
You're gonna open the show.
Yeah, and it made me more excited for Heatwave.
What's the Heatwave card looking like?
Heatwave, you got Sol Ruka versus Kalani Jordan for the inaugural North American Championship. So that'll be the first title defense, I believe. Obafemi, who is a fucking monster.
Freaking nature.
He's ridiculous. And speaking of Wesley, is going up against Wesley for...
Feel bad for Wesley.
So if Femi wins, Lee can never challenge for the title as long as Femi is champ. So you got kind of the same gimmick with the Damian Priest-Rollins match.
Mm-hmm.
So you have that there.
Yeah, I don't like when they run those angles at the same time. Maybe Lee will win.
Lola Vice versus Roxanne Perez, which has gotten very personal.
Yeah.
That should be a bad blood type match.
Man, Roxanne Perez just fucking came on the scene and just took over.
She's phenomenal.
She was like
since she left ROH.
She was handed the ball from who? Mandy Rose, right? Was she right around that time? Maybe not.
No, she was still around, but she wasn't.
She didn't hit full gear.
Yeah. The main event: Trick Williams versus Javon Evans, Ethan Page, and Sean Spears.
The Fatal 4-Way?
Fatal 4-Way for the title.
Oh.
Yeah. They had the contract signing last night on NXT.
So, I don't know if they pulled off a Trick unless Trick's getting bumped up. I don't know if Trick's ready to get bumped up yet, though. I don't see it.
Javon Evans, who would name escaped me, when we were talking about that battle royal that Joe Hendry was in, was the winner of the battle royal.
Yeah, that's how he got in there.
But look, for Javon Evans, I mean, even Trick to a lesser extent, to be in there with guys like Ethan Page and Sean Spears, two veterans.
They're there to kind of steer the match, hopefully. Especially Spears. Spears runs a goddamn school. He should be able to do that. He runs a school with Tyler Breeze, right? I believe so.
Spears?
Yeah, I think Spears is from Toronto, isn't he? Or he's Canadian. I know that.
Yeah,
he might be somewhere close to there.
Yeah, I
don't quote me on that.
I'm not really sure, so I can't.
Does Breeze still work for WWE? He just works behind the scenes. No? Yes? Maybe?
I don't think he does. I don't think he works for WWE anymore. No, he doesn't, because him and Dango were doing. They did a couple matches on the Indies together. I don't want to say recently, but not that long ago. So I'm pretty sure he's.
I would bring them.
He's definitely on the Indies. You also have
as stupid as it may sound.
What?
I would bring back Enzo and Cass.
I would bring back Enzo and Cass too.
Just thought they were so over, and it would just
on the mic. It was hard for another tag team to touch them. And I sent you that TikTok of them not having a mic.
Yes, I watched it twice.
And doing it literally with no mic in the crowd, and the crowd
did the whole thing for him.
Dude, oh my God!
It's a different.
If you don't remember it and you haven't seen it in a while, look this up. Just Enzo and Big Cass doing a promo without a microphone, and it's the stick that they did in NXT and on the main roster. But the crowd fucking reaction,
dude! They never won the tag titles either. That's how behind the scenes they must have just been complete schmucks. They were so fucking over.
I think it was more Enzo than it was Cass, but
again, Cass was dealing with fucking all sorts of crazy shit.
Yeah,
too, right?
Yeah.
Who was he dating at the time?
Carmella.
That's right.
Yeah.
And now she's married to Corey.
Yes,
maybe
with a baby.
Maybe you can't bring back Cass. Maybe it would beat up Corey.
Nah, I don't think that.
I think it's all over.
Yeah, I think so. But Heatwave should be really fucking good after a great night of wrestling on Saturday. You turn around, you have another one on Sunday. This is a loaded weekend.
Good weekend.
Very good weekend of wrestling.
Crazy that NXT is going to follow the main roster.
Yeah, because they for some reason typically like doing NXT on Sundays anyway.
Yeah.
Even when they are on their own
weekend. I'll take NXT on Sunday with a couple matches over a fucking AEW bloated fucking card.
By the way, NXT has more matches than Money in the Bank has.
It's still only going to run 2.5 hours, maybe 3.
So you have the women's tag match, which is the pre-show. I take that back; it's the same amount.
Yeah,
and then you have.
It's not 15. You can add these two together, and it's still not.
And it still would be shorter than AEW.
Jesus
Forbidden Door.
Christ. Sundays, dude. You can't do that on a Sunday. That potentially runs into a month.
They can and they do,
dude. You're hurting yourself. I mean,
not really, because they're going to have the people that watch. And look, I watched for an extended amount.
You didn't pay though. That doesn't go on the old.
I didn't say anything about paying.
No, I know, but that doesn't go. That doesn't go into their fucking their number.
It's true.
The demo number.
What I mean, look, and again, I know a lot of times we sound like broken record on our show with some of the things we say, but and it's what AEW does, and they're fucking amazing matches regardless. They had the last pre-show match.
All boils down to it. It means
I know nothing. Story, I get it. But when you talk about AEW, you have to talk about the matches because the matches are phenomenal.
So I got a question for you, and I want you to be the vocal majority on this one.
Okay. I'm listening.
What makes Will Ospreay the best wrestler in the world? Honestly, this is a serious question. I'm not trying to be a prick about it, but I don't see it. I don't see when you put in the conversation of like what are we equating as the best wrestler in the world?
I think if I were to answer this as the way that people look at him, because I obviously I listen to a lot of podcasts.
I think we're looking at. I think this is going to be the vocal minority of best wrestler in the world somehow.
So this is what I gather about why everyone loves Ospreay, and like I said, obviously I said 1,000 times, I listen to Busted Open on a daily basis. I listen to Bischoff. I listen
And who's
to
creaming their
Kevin
pants
Nash.
over them? It isn't Bubba Ray. Bully Ray's not.
Bully Ray appreciates and likes Will Ospreay for his work. That's the one thing I'm going to bring up and put with Ospreay is work rate. His work rate, his pace,
It's all the same shit every time though. And here's what I can't stand. And this is why I take him out of the equation. The no sells are fucking killing me. They're fucking killing me.
Well,
I can't watch his matches.
I get that. I get what you're saying because
it.
that's of course
I hate AEW for that. Like the
AEW
no
gets
sells
criticism for that.
It's fucking
I get that.
so
and
fucking
I agree with
stupid.
You. Yeah.
And that's why Bret Hart hates it because you're fucking doing all this stupid. And good for him and Swerve. Good for Swerve for winning the match. But there was so many stupid fucking, like, just watching. All right, is he in the right spot? Now I'll do this. It just makes no fucking sense when you actually think about it logically. Yeah. You're just like, none of this makes any sense. Yeah, some of it looks cool, but
I
it is
understand what you're saying.
all
I get it.
fancy choreographed jumping.
Mm-hmm.
It's athletic jumping and landing.
The one thing that Bully does say is that
he doesn't do moves. Like the moves aren't really like moves. It's just a lot of flips and fucking fast, like fucking nonsense.
It's fast paced offense. Like you said, it looks
fucking crazy.
It looks choreographed, which a lot of it probably is.
It all is. Every single move that he makes, they're just like, all right, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do kip ups for fucking an hour. And then we're going to finally stand up and you're going to jump on me. And then I'm going to get right up like it didn't hurt. And then I'm going to hit you with my elbow. And you're going to no-sell that because let's make it as fucking unrealistic as fucking possible. It's just, I don't get it. And I can be the grumpy old man, but I can't stand the no-selling.
I mean, I get what you're saying. Like, I've seen it a million times.
And here's the thing. I think it's a phase, and I hope it dies the fuck out. I hope it does. I hope it becomes this phase like, oh, yeah, this was cool for a little bit when it actually made sense. And you can believe that adrenaline would hit for a split second, but not 40 times in a fucking match. Like, come on, dude. Just sell a fucking move. Just sell a move and fall the fuck down. Like, you're like my size, my weight. Like, if you get hit that many times, you're not fucking Superman. Like, you're supposed to fall.
One of the things that goes to your point is one of the matches.
I can see Brock doing that once or twice.
Yeah.
Get hit like a big fucking monster.
There's a time and a place that feeds into the story of the match that you're telling to where it makes sense. Sting, perfect example of that.
Hulk Hogan, he hulked up.
Exactly. Sting when he would beat his chest, and you know what I mean.
He took one too many knife edge chops, and that was it.
Exactly.
He was pissed.
Exactly. Those are the examples. But there was a point in the pay-per-view, and I believe it was during the ladder match.
I missed the flares. Like, seriously.
The overselling.
No. Not even the overselling, but the guy that would stop the fucking momentum and just jab me in the fucking eye real quick. All right, stop this nonsense.
MJF did that in his match.
That. And MJF doesn't really oversell, or he doesn't no sell.
Yes.
Like, he does shit and he sells.
Yeah.
Like, he knows. Like, he's of the ilk of the Dolph Zigglers of the world.
Oh, he's a student of the game too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it actually makes sense what you're doing. Like, Will Ospreay is just not there for me.
I get it.
It's not my style.
I get why that would bother you. Yes, I get that.
I don't like when Kenny does it.
Yeah.
I don't like Kenny does the fucking no sells. He doesn't do it. He doesn't do it as much. I don't notice it as much with Kenny. Ospreay's just I fucking hate it. He's not a Superman. He's not a superhuman. He's not a fucking big guy. He's fast, cool. But you're still getting hit like a lot.
Yeah, well,
like a lot.
In his matches especially.
A lot.
They're hard hitting.
You're taking a fucking beating. Take the fucking beating.
Well, there was, like I said,
it's funny because Bully Ray would never work that fucking
no
that style.
The point that I remember watching and that you brought up was it was during that ladder match, and you had El Phantasmo and you had Leo Rush, and they're going through a sequence, and they're outside the ring beating each other up, and there comes a point where they both jump to the top stair of the ring stairs, and they both get there at the exact same time and stand face to face, and then backflip both of them do backflips off and
Oh.
land on the opposite sides of
So
the steps
on nobody.
for no reason.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And it was just like, you were in your opponent's face. What are you doing?
Slap them. Do something.
Like, matching backflips for to look at each other. Like,
It's like the dude that does the fucking cartwheels. They got a guy that just fucking does cartwheels. I think his name is Cartwheel, something Cartwheel. He just does fucking cartwheels.
I don't know. But like that little, like that thing, that spot right there, that bothered me.
It's
like,
not, it's
why?
not, it's not fucking wrestling.
Yeah,
you could say to your blue in your face that this is where the real wrestling is. The fuck it is. The fuck it is the real wrestling. I don't know who the fuck the real wrestlers are there.
I'll tell you
They're
what.
just doing a bunch of nose selling and flips.
I'll tell you what. Zack Sabre Jr., Orange Cassidy,
a fucking wrestler,
was so fucking good.
You're not looking at a guy that's going to sit there and
God, it was good.
Yeah, well, they both have that. I mean, people forget that Orange Cassidy can really fucking wrestle. He's a technical wrestler. A lazy one, albeit, but he is a technical wrestler.
Of course, no surprise, Danielson and Shingo absolutely murdered it.
Also, to people that aren't going to be sitting there fucking just
20-minute match of an absolute banger. It was fucking great.
Yeah, where you're actually getting beat up and it looks like you're getting beat up. You're not just fucking running around flipping.
Wee wee.
We should put fucking sound effects. I should get all fucking Osprey's video footage and just put fucking sound effects behind it. And just to ram the point home, like, this isn't wrestling. Do wee, whoop, jump, wee.
But I mean, look,
fucking Mario sounds behind them.
All in all, it was a
night.
It was a good night. It was a good night of wrestling for the most part. There were some things that took me out of it. I agree. And
you brought up the actual wrestling matches. That's why. I mean, you got fucking Zack Sabre Jr., technical fucking wizard.
Yeah.
Brian Danielson, Daniel Bryanson, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah, I mean, look, it was a good. I thought MJS match was great.
Bella,
Brian Dole.
You can look, but you can't touch. He probably whispers that in his opponent's ear. You can look, but you can't touch.
Confuse the hell out of them for no reason.
I would do it.
Of course you would.
You can look, but you can't touch. What the fuck?
But yeah, look, again, saying after every AEW pay-per-view, it was a great card, and they're going to do absolutely nothing on their TV show.
Well, what do you think? It was a fucking special.
With that one, you're right. That one,
yeah. You're going to do.
That one, you have that crossover. You had some just AEW matches like Swerve and Ospreay. But yeah, that you're going to have to start.
I mean, good for Swerve for actually fucking winning.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if it's on to a Ospreay win.
So I did hear that a lot of people were expecting Ospreay to win the title. And Ospreay kind of, I don't know obviously how true this is, but Ospreay wanted Swerve to go over to prove that Swerve wasn't just this transitional champion holding the title. So
whatever.
It is. I was like,
whatever.
Okay.
I mean,
all right. If he said that,
say whatever you want.
Whatever.
Cool.
But
is that that's what Ospreay wanted, not the fucking owner or the head booker of the fucking company? That's why you don't let these fucking guys have they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I feel like
fighters in there.
If Tony would have put the title on Ospreay,
he would put it on himself. He probably sleeps with it naked.
Shawn Michaels style.
Yeah, he just does that. Except he looks like a complete asshole.
But I mean,
I run a wrestling company.
We have a great weekend of wrestling.
Yeah, we do.
Positively, we have a great weekend of wrestling.
Positively, good weekend of wrestling.
We have actually, I mean, Dynamite's already over because we're recording a lot later than when we typically record.
Yes, we are. Well, it is the 4th of July tomorrow. We do have off from work. Actually, I don't.
You have to work tomorrow?
I'm on call. So there's going to be a lot of people breaking their fucking outdoor outlets, having parties. I'm going to be fucking... It's not an emergency. I'm going to fucking be like... I'm going to call and be like, dude, just reset your fucking GFI.
Yeah.
I'm not coming out.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
That sucks.
I'm in the pool.
Yeah. But yeah, so...
I would show up full bathing suit, though, to fix this
You
problem.
absolutely should. You are well in your rights of doing that.
Full. I got fucking the American flag fucking bathing suit and go straight to the house. I'm fixing this, but you're not getting professional today.
Look, if that was me and a guy and I did that and I expected a guy to come on 4th of July and he showed up like that, I'd be like, good for you. I would have no problem with that.
I would probably get offered a beer too.
Absolutely. As well you should.
As well I should.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that'll do it for the show this week. We have, like you said,
kept it positive up until the very end.
Yeah. Which we kind of knew that was going to happen when you said you kind of want to talk a little AEW. So
yeah,
it is what it is.
It's just not a good product right now. It could be. It's just too much. It's too much.
The matches are entertaining. The story doesn't exist.
No, I mean,
Basically
it's just
but so
bring it back to simplicity. It's
not going to happen, but we could hope, I guess.
You can run an angle where fucking Swerve is just a great champion. He's got it. He's got all the intangibles. You don't need all this other fucking garbage.
I think Swerve only has that title for another month and a half. Honestly.
I mean, and
loses it at Wembley to Ospreay. I don't know how, but that's what I think.
It's a shiny little toy for Tony, a shiny little toy to play with. I shall make him champion one day, for I am Tony. Tone.
Kind of sound like the SVU ending. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the show. Enjoy your holiday weekend. Happy 4th of July.
If you're not from this country, then have fun at work the next day.
Yeah, but for the most part,
happy 4th.
Yeah, happy 4th.
Independence Day. Oh, let's all watch Independence Day tomorrow.
That will be on loop on TV, no doubt.
Yes.
I'll at least watch it twice. At least.
I'll have to
at least.
I'll have to at least break out fucking 6 hours of my day.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's
just to watch it twice.
A great fucking movie. It's a great fucking movie. So we hope you enjoyed. Thank you once again for watching and listening. And we'll be talking to you very soon. Remember, don't take any shit from anybody. Have a good one.